You were told she was asleep, cursed, helpless, forgotten, a princess frozen in time, a kingdom waiting for a miracle. A story repeated so many times that no one ever questioned it. But stories are not always written to tell the truth. Sometimes they are written to hide it. Sleeping Beauty was never asleep. She was waiting. The kingdom believed in the curse. A single moment stretched across 100 years. Spinning wheels. A drop of blood. Eternal silence. It sounded like fate. It sounded like tragedy. But fate is often just a name, given to decisions people do not understand. Aurora was not just a princess. She was born into a fragile balance of power. A kingdom already beginning to crack beneath its own weight. Nobles whispered behind closed doors. Alliances shifted like shadows. Trust was temporary. And in such a world, visibility is danger. Aurora learned early. Power does not protect you. It exposes you. Kings fall. Queens disappear. And heirs are erased. Not always with violence. Not always with blood. Sometimes with stories. A curse is a very useful story. When the spindle pricked her finger, the court saw an accident. A tragic mistake written by destiny. But Aurora did not panic. She did not cry out. She understood. Because danger does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives disguised as inevitability. So she made a decision. She closed her eyes. Willingly. Because disappearing was safer than ruling. A visible heir can be targeted. A sleeping one cannot be touched. A forgotten princess is harmless. Or at least, that is what people choose to believe. But she was not gone. She was present in absence. Watching. Listening. Waiting. Time passed. Not as a prison, but as a weapon. Years turned into decades. Decades into silence. The kingdom changed. Rulers aged. Enemies faded. Power shifted again and again. And no one feared a sleeping girl. That was their mistake. Because time does not treat everyone equally. Some are destroyed by it. Others use it. The story promised a prince, a hero, a savior. But princes are not saviors. They are symbols. The prince did not create the moment. He arrived when the moment was ready. He was not the cause. He was the signal. The signal is less than #0. 5# is greater than. That the world had changed. That the danger had passed. Or shifted elsewhere. When Aurora opened her eyes, the kingdom called it a miracle. But miracles are simply events people fail to understand. She did not wake into the past. She woke into an opportunity. A world that had forgotten her. A world that no longer knew. what she had become. That is the true power of time. You do not defeat power. You outlast it. You let it decay. You let it weaken. You let it believe. It is already won. And then you return. Every fairy tale needs a sleeping princess. Because people are comforted by stillness. They fear what is awake. Aurora understood this. Better than anyone. The most dangerous move is not action. It is patience. So no. Sleeping Beauty was never asleep. She was waiting. Waiting for time to do what power could not. Waiting for the world to forget. Waiting for the right moment to become inevitable. And when she opened her eyes, this was no longer a story about a curse. It was a story about control, and it was already hers.